Yo, somebody told me that the past video I did, past video I did but the recent video I did, if you haven't seen it, please go watch it. The base documentation has changed, and a lot has changed. So this video, yes, you're right. It has everything in it, from what's new in the base documentation and how to build the mini app the latest way, the modern. Do not be left out. Leave a like at the end of this video, subscribe, share this video, and share the channel astromartain here, and let's build. All right, so what do we have in the latest base documentation? Let's take a look. Alrighty. Okay, awesomeness. Hope I'm audible enough. Okay, here we go. Uh, so we get to look at like if you come on create a mini app, right? You get to see that in the old documentation, a lot started off with the command, and that would be like npm, npx, and that would be create on-chain mini layers and all those other things. But now Base has you have to like have a GitHub repository set up before you begin to build. And one of the advantages of having this place is that you get to at least save your source code or your source files of the project. Your mini app gets to be saved somewhere really safe in case of any changes. And I feel like this is a very super dope update because when you have a version control, what I mean by version control in your project is that you have all different levels of how your project is being developed and in different timelines. Just in case your AI gets a little bit loony, you could always go back to the version it was before anything was affected. You know what I mean? For the builders out there trying to build with AI that gets a little bit drunk, uh, gets a little bit overwhelming with certain tasks, and it ends up losing the mojo it had at the beginning during the vibe coding process. Um, okay, so I'm just gonna walk through an overview of the prerequisites. So, like I said, the new base documentation is basically the same website. So that's base.org. Go create start mini app, and you quickly are on the quick start function. So you wouldn't want to go and migrate an existing mini app. So that's if you have an existing mini app, you could go there. So now we'll just do create a mini app in order to understand what does it take to create a mini app in the new base documentation. All right. Okay, so the prerequisites is that you need the base account. Talking about the base account, at the end of this video, stick to the end of this video and stand a chance to get a base app link for you to be onboarded on TBA because you wouldn't want to wait on a wait list for too long. Then stick around at the end of this video because I will be dropping a link to where you could access TBA and have the base app exclusively get on board. You know what I mean? Awesome. So you need the base app account and you need a Viscel, however you would like to pronounce it, account for hosting your application. So for those people visiting the new channel today, if this channel is super new to you, I'm Astro Martian. I'm building on chain. I make amazing tutorial videos on how to build mini apps, lightweight web applications on the chain, on Ethereum, on Base, and stick around to become a builder. And my videos are very educative, very fun. And so if you love what you're hearing right now, please subscribe to the channel and share the channel with a friend. And let's get started. All right, so you would need a Vercel account at the same time that will help you deploy your mini app, right? So here's an amazing thing. So first step you have is that you're gonna deploy to Vercel, and once you click that, you're going to find it prompts to the Vercel website, right? So it prompts you to the Vercel website, and you could see that we left the base website, you're not the Vercel website. So what's basically happening here, Astromartian, you ask? Okay, so it gives you up a new project, and it's allowing you to clone a new project. So instead of the way we were importing or installing the minikit, and you would have a default minikit template. It was like a to-do template, right? This time you get to just clone the project. You get to clone an entire finished mini app that you could customize. with all the required prerequisites inside this, prepared to you by the repository base provides for you. And this repository is called demos. So here's the thing. So you're cloning this repository. Um, just to have a walkthrough for those people who don't really understand what's really happening now. Um, imagine, imagine you get to go to base shop, right? And the shop, and you no longer need to um uh like you no longer need to call a delivery to the shop and be like, hey, I need this and that. Could you deliver it to my doorstep? And they get deliver that package to you. That's no longer happening in the old system that used to happen. But now you get to have a copy of the shop at your house. You get to have the shop in the house. That means you can have any items you need from that shop because you actually have the shop within the house. If I put two and two together, please leave a like if that really makes sense. So you get to clone, and when you click there, I'm just giving this just for so that you can go details, but this is the whole purpose right here. I'm just clicking this so that you could see exactly what I mean, right? So, okay, let me just move here. Okay, so once you see this, it's that you have a GitHub repository, and basically a GitHub repository, this is like where um you're storing information about the project, other files about the project, what's in the project, who's affiliated to this project, how many people are interested in this project. So this is all the repository. So it's just like the name itself emphasizes, it's a repository. So it's 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 um it's a storage unit that keeps all this data and information about all this. So you could see the licenses, how many stars it's getting, how many people are watching this, how many folks it's getting. It's all about the GitHub culture, and you could search more about what GitHub has to offer. And but basically and most importantly, make sure that you have a GitHub account. Okay, so you could even see this. A lot of updates are being pushed, and it's pretty new. This was 3 weeks ago. This was just 3 hours ago, so you could see the updates being pushed. Please leave a star if you're gonna visit. If you're gonna visit the repository, just leave a star. Awesome. So you get to see how many demos they have in the repository that you could try out. You have Hangman on Chain, you have agent spend permissions, you have full mini app demo. So all this comes with the all this comes with the repository. Once you clone it, you have access to all this. You have access to all these available demos. So you could try them out and play around and experiment as much as you can, and try to build around the demos and templates and boilerplate code that you've been given. It's amazing. It's open source. This is under MIT license, so feel free to to customize and be creative as much as you can. All right, awesome. Okay, so getting back to that part. So we are back here, and you see that you're cloning this repository basically, and then you're gonna get the master branch, so you get the full repository, right? Then you have to have the mini hit start. And so here's pay attention to this part. And what you want to do is private repository name, and you don't really want to keep your repository private. And you could keep your repository private or public if you want. But a private repository, you will get charged for that because if you want to build private, you want that privacy whenever the project, then you're just trying to like, okay, let me build it quietly and silent and private, like the private name emphasizes, but you will get charged for that feature because it has come with just extra bills. So you want to build the project publicly so that um, yes, at some point anyone can access it, but like we say in the base community, you want to build publicly, build loud, let people know what you're building, and share, if you know what I mean. All right, so you don't want to change this name, and why not change this name is because once you go back to the documentation, is that when you go to the second level on where you clone the repository, there's going to be a part on where you have to put in some magic command keyword here. I know vibe coding is all about code, but there's just I like to call them magic keywords. So this magic keyword here requires this name to stick along. So if you change the name here You'd also I would also highly recommend that you change the name here too. You understand what I mean? Because this is the path to your repository. This is the path to your repository once you launch, once you create this. So if you change the name here, you will need to come and change the name here. All right, they should actually include that. I hope when you're watching this video, that will be some useful advice. Back again to the Vercel dashboard here. So the username of your GitHub account, okay? Once this is created, your username of your GitHub account should be replaced here. Okay, this is why it says replace your username with your GitHub username. So you would need to replace all this part here, okay? So all this here that says here, you're gonna need to replace all this part here with your GitHub username. So yeah, once you clone it, so publicly and okay, so there you have it. Once you create your GitHub account, you're gonna need to create make sure that your account is connected and all that. Feel free to follow me on GitHub. That's NS Capessa. Awesome connecting with you. It'll be super dope. And I would love to help out with any debugging or help with any collaboration on any projects. Shout out to Precious on Chain. We're building what's called mini build. Please check it out at minibuild.xyz. Minibuild.xyz. Understand how to build mini apps and so minibuild.xyz. Amazing updates coming soon. Please feel free to look at what we're building and it's amazing. And please follow follow Precious on chain. She's doing amazing stuff on the blockchain community, and she's putting Southern Africa on the map. And shout out to her, Precious. If you're watching this, shout out to you. Keep up the great work. All right, so back to the build. Okay, so once you have that, you need to also have a Vercel team. You could create that with Vercel once you have a Vercel account and a GitHub account. So you just create that, and once that's done, it's gonna process all, making sure that everything's fine and everything's good. So on the name, right? So the project name is still going to be still I'm still gonna stick around with this. Okay. So I'm still gonna stick around with the mini new mini app quick start, okay? Then I'm gonna deploy it. All right. So once that's done, you have that and it's going to build, it's going to deploy. Then people like builders, I need you people to understand why this is super important. Base has made it possible for you to have your repository, your GitHub repository, at the same time be able to deploy in real time. It's CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous deployment, without the need to worry about where your code is stored. So it's already on the GitHub repository. It's like mandatory that you have to have a GitHub repository in order for you to build and deploy. So it's easier for us, or it's easier for anybody to make sure that ownership or credibility is given to you because you have access to that repository and you know where your code is, you know where your mini app is. But at the same time, it's making it super easy because it's flawless. You're already connected to your Vercel. And all you need to do is always push those updates whenever you have changes to your code base or you have changes to some vibe coding feature that you added to the mini app. So it's a super amazing feature. It's a super amazing feature. Okay, so that's loading. Let's just look at what errors that is. Okay, so it's just npm dependency errors. It's just deprecated. It's yellow, so it's nothing. It's no harm. Do not panic if you're seeing this on your side. It's just npm deprecated errors. So deprecated warnings to be specific. Yellow is warning. Nothing to be afraid of. It's all good. All right. Just make sure you update your npm and you're running on the latest node version. I hope you hear what I said. Update your node.js for other people saying what type of node are you talking about? Astro. Yeah, you heard what I mean. And it. All right. So, like I said, if you're watching this channel for the first time, please hit that subscribe button, share the channel to any blockchain, crypto bro, crypto lady, crypto. What would you say like a crypto if you say like crypto bro? Is it like crypto girl? Crypto. Somebody leave a comment below this video and tell me how I should reference as a crypto bro, like for the ladies. Would you still call a lady crypto bro? Awesome. Okay, so updating the manifest. So I have covered the first stage and second stage, right? So once that's done, you're gonna get that in your terminal. You're gonna place this in, and then you're gonna need to do a change directory or CD into the new mini app quick start, uh, the project that you just cloned, right? Then you're gonna need to do an npm install on that project and making sure that your GitHub and Vercel is connected to your offline text editor, be whatever text editor of your choice. It's gonna be Vercel, it's gonna be Kissa, whatever you use to vibe code with. Make sure that your Vercel and your Vercel and your GitHub is connected. So make sure that your CLI is also connected. So your command line interface of GitHub is connected to your project, and also your CLI of your Vercel. I look forward to make a video basically hands-on on what I'm talking about, but then I need this video to hit 100 views in order for that to be possible. And then also do not forget me to follow me on X at NSSalak. Let's stay connected. Let's keep growing. All right. Then let's keep building. Most importantly, let's keep building. All right, so the third step is update the manifest configuration and look at how this is made so amazing. So there's gonna be a minikit.configuration.typescript file inside your file, okay? So the responsibility of configuring the manifest is located at so this is a structure, this is a structure, and this is a structure of a next.js. So assuming that your language choice is not this next.js. I'm saying this because there are different languages that have actually introduced, like Vanilla JS. You can now make a mini app with Vanilla JS. You can make a mini app now with React, and you can now make a mini app like we used to do the mini app. Like highly recommended language of choice or framework of choice was the special Next.js because obviously, like I love Next.js. A colleague and I by the office, um, he's using Next.js to create an amazing disclosed project, but it's super cool. Like once it's out, I'm gonna share it, people. Don't worry, I'm gonna share it with you guys. All right, so this is a next.js file structure, I mean. So app slash dot well known slash filecast.json. This is where you're gonna find the minikit configuration that you will need. So you can customize the manifestation by updating the mini app object. So what we mean by object is that, understand that all these languages involved are just JavaScript. Or just JavaScript, like they're all root from JavaScript. So objects are bit like when anybody that's interested in getting further research, it's like object-oriented programming. So objects and classes. So an object basically is like just imagine a car, right? So the car is an object, then its attributes inside this car, inside this object. But inside this object, there are like properties. An object always has properties. So it could be like four wheels, two windows, uh what else? Two side mirrors and all these properties, right? So basically the object would be like, see this, then after see that's the name, this is the name of the object and maybe the object type and all that vibe. But then this curly brace is where the object opens up, then whatever is inside those curly braces are like the object properties, or we could say attributes too. All right, so then that's that. But you could do a furthermore, just visit minibuild.xyz and you you got it going. But anyways, let's continue with the vibe explanation. So once you're there, in the mini app object is where you could do all the configuration when it comes to the manifest configuration. All right. Stage 4, you get to choose the account associated, the credentials. So all this, there's a major change here too. So kindly also know that you need to set up your base.dev account. So what I mean is that when you visit base.dev, not base.org, base.dev in it. All right, so once you go on base.dev, you make sure that you have an account. I have an account. You should have an account. So the account is easier and it's quite quicker and easier. So you could see that I'm the owner. I'm the owner. Mini build. How many users do we have so far? 80 users. Yo, people, you need to literally go use mini build. Like, what are you waiting for? Go visit mini build. I knew how to develop my first mini app using minibuild.xyz. Jokes aside, but literally, go use minibuild for reals. Look at how we're growing, guys. Look at how we're growing. Let's get to 100. Let's get to 100. Let's get to 100. Come on, let's get to 100. Minibuild, minibuild.xyz. All right, awesome. All right, let's get back to the focus and chase. All right, where are we at? Okay, so yeah, this is the base.div, and you need to have an account with base.div, and it's easy. You just connect your wallet and make sure you connect the wallet that you want to be responsible for your mini apps, what wallet you would like to give in order to have ownership to your mini apps. Paste the domain too once your mini app is launched, and that app URL, you just paste your domain on the field that says app URL. Sample of it would just be like dot for sale dot app, and that's your URL. Click submit, and you should get like a green sign to say verify. Like if it's not, it's gonna always give you that a red sign to just show you that nothing, your configuration was done wrong and you need to change some settings or configurations back in your codes. So there's always going to be that part. So click on the verify button that appears and follow the instructions to generate the account association fields. Five, you copy the account association objects and make sure that you update your minikit.configuration.typescript file. And where do you file? That includes inside that file, you need to include the account association. So it should look like this, your header and that. So please do not copy whatever this is. It won't work. Have yours generated by making sure that your dashboard and your base.div will actually give you this required codes that are needed. So please do not copy whatever you're seeing on the screen or on the base documentation. Have your own, please. You will find that on your base.div dashboard, your builder's dashboard to be specific. Push the updates to the production, and once you do that, it's going to be in your main branch. Vercel will automatically deploy the changes in your production environment. You do not understand the update here too. Like I see it, like if you've been building mini apps, you will literally understand that this is an amazing update right here. Stage 6. So I used to manually update my Vercel environment variables, and I would actually go into Vercel and go into settings, then update them manually. But then now this word right here, automatically deploy the changes in the production environment. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, stage 7, you preview your app, and you can now preview your app using the base.div/preview, and you get to see your app. You get to see your app. How cool is that? So add your app URL to view the embeds and click and launch the button to verify the app launches and expected. On 2, you use the account association, tap the verify and association credentials where you created it correctly. Use the the metadata. Tap to see the metadata and okay, the manifest and define the missing fields. All right, awesome. So basically, so you get to see the metadata tabs to see the any missing fields. So what do they actually mean? So there's this metadata that's super important if you ever want your mini app to stand out. So that's gonna be the splash screen, the icon URL, the description of your mini app. You got to have your metadata right if you ever want your app to stand out or you get discovered on the base app on the base home. Let me give you an example of mini build on what we did. So our metadata is super cool and super good. All right, so you could see our discovery is on the base home. And our discovery is on the base home because our metadata is super nice and the description is clear. We have the app URL, we have the splash screen URL, we have the splash URL, we have the hero image. All that metadata is super important if you ever want your app to be discovered pretty quickly and faster. So always be focused, and they've given that ability super easier on your builder's dashboard. You could have access to your metadata and see what's missing in order for you to change and update that, or make sure that anything that's missing can be placed, if you know what I mean. Awesome. So on the stage 8, to publish your app, you need to create a post in a base app URL. So publishing will be simple. It will just be like making a post, and so you just get the URL, write something about it, like, "Hey guys, check this out. I actually created my 257 mini app and it's out. Check it out. It's minibuild.xyz." Then you share it with your friends and people could actually see it and play around with it. And everybody could share and DM each other about it and people could play around with the mini build. And also understand that finally Base is going to be paying you to build mini apps. So it pays to build on Base, no jokes. It pays to be on Base, it pays to be based. So stay based, and I'll be seeing you in a more practical video. Share this video, new base documentation update explained by astromartain, and space out, astro out, visiting planet Mars. I'm always based.